It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. This is our very, very first visit by one of our favorite guests we've ever had on. Dr. Edwin Krupp is with us. Nice to see you, man.
A delight, and of course, nice to hear that soundtrack.
Now, you are the owner of the Griffith Observatory.
Actually, everybody listening and more are the owners.
Okay.
It's owned and operated by the City of Los Angeles Department of Recreation and Parks. I'm a municipal employee.
Okay, well, that's even better. You don't have to, pay the taxes on that sucker.
Yes.
But how long have you been with the observatory?
Since the Upper Stone Age. I was a grad school at UCLA and became a part-time lecturer in the planetarium in like 1970.
Wow.
That's a year I don't think people know even exists. Right. And then I became a full-time employee in 72 because no other job was open to me.
Okay.
And I thought, well, I'll do this for a little bit.
And you still drive a 1968 Camaro?
I do, yeah. Oh, it's in the shop right now, though.
Okay. What's wrong with it?
The levers on the heater and the
Take it back.
Yeah, that's right.
1968. You bought it new?
Did. Yeah.
In 1968?
Yeah.
And you're still tooling around that thing. How many miles?
It's now 530,000 or so. Yes, it's been to the moon and back.
Oh, wait. How far is the moon?
About 45,000.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't think you're right. I think it's closer to like 600,000. I'm just going to correct you all night.
It's okay by me.
Wrong. I think you're wrong. I don't think you know what you're talking about. All right, the Griffith Observatory, a beautiful place, and they renovated it recently?
Well, it's recent in my head.
Yeah, me too.
We finished it in 2006. We were closed between 2002 and 2006, but it still seems like yesterday.
That's recent for me, too.
Yeah, a $93 million renovation, and it's lasting nicely.
Do you still have that big pendulum that swings around?
You bet. That's the Foucault pendulum. A great movie would be to film parents coming in those doors and explaining to their kids what they think that thing is doing. Invariably, they think it's got to do with a clock of some sort.
Okay.
Fortunately, we have guides there that talk live all the time. They explain what's going on. And it is demonstrating that the Earth is turning. So it's kind of a relief.
So it's not motorized. It's moving with the Earth rotation.
Yeah, it looks like it's changing its direction as it swings. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. But in fact, it's not the pendulum that's moving. It's the Earth underneath it.
Wow, is that right?
Yeah. So now here's the weird part about this. These are famous demonstrations of physics. This Foucault pendulum. The guy named Jean Foucault put the first one in the Pantheon in Paris in the 19th century. They still got one there. So over the decades, I wind up going to places, and they all have a Foucault pendulum. I've become a Foucault pendulum collector. I can tell you, the Foucault pendulum at Griffith Observatory is the classiest Foucault pendulum on the planet.
You know what? When Dr. Krupp is with us, Dr. Edwin Krupp from the observatory, when you were what would you call yourself? A tour guide when you started? Announcer?
A planetarium lecturer.
All right, lecturer. Yeah. When you were a lecturer, I bet you said the night before and wrote it down 100 times, Foucault, 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 Foucault. I'm not going to screw that one up tomorrow. Foucault.
No, that one you can get, but, there's a planet that's always a little trouble for us.
Oh, Uranus?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but is that the way it's pronounced, Uranus?
I don't think that's really correct. I think you just got to go with Uranus.
All right. Yeah. With and then the planet as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Cheap joke. I've got a million questions for you, Doctor. And the first one is: if the sun was a solid object, it wasn't made out of gases. It was a solid. You could walk on it like Earth. Could you see Earth from the sun?
Oh, yeah, you could see the Earth from the sun.
With your naked eye?
Yeah, but you'd be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it'd be very hot.
Yeah.
But if they turned it down a little,
okay,
you could see it.
Yeah, it's not going to be brilliant, but you could easily see it, sure. And just a quick idea about that. From the Earth, we can see the planet Mercury. It's not quite as far as the sun, but it's a lot fainter, and we can see that in the sky. So from the sun, you could easily see us, because we'd be brighter.
Does light continue on forever?
Yeah, there's nothing to stop it. Yep, it just keeps on going.
So if you had a flashlight, and you had a flashlight and you turned it towards space, and you shut it off, that beam of light continues on forever.
It does, although where forever is really the question, because we kind of imagine space as like it just goes out there and it doesn't end.
Right.
But space-time is curved, and so it's possible for that light to just go around the curvature of space, even come back.
Now, there's two things. There's the observable space, and then what is the other one called?
Well,
non-observable?
Yeah, that's good for me.
Okay.
Yeah, there is presumably universe that's out beyond what we're actually able to see because it's just too far.
Wow. And I looked this up the other day because you told me this and I believed you, and you were right, and I was right to believe you, that it's not even close that there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on Earth.
Yeah, I think that's probably the case. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So our star, the sun, there are 10,000 stars for every 1 grain of sand on Earth.
I don't know if that number's right.
That's what Google said.
Yeah, well, this is the era of AI. You don't want to trust. But
even if it's close to that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's extraordinary how many stars and therefore how many planets are out there that we don't even know about because we just started counting them.
Have we ever lost a human being to space? Is an astronaut ever gone off to space and has not come back?
No.
So everybody born on Earth is still on Earth.
That's right.
And that will be the case until we lose somebody.
Yep.
So everybody you knew, all your ancestors, everybody in the history of mankind is still on Earth.
That is exactly right.
But we're looking to move around.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. You think we'll get to Mars soon?
I think we'll get to Mars
with human payload.
Yeah, I think we'll get to Mars. I think it'll be tough, and I'd be getting to Mars is not what's so hard. It's paying the money to do it and having the government continue with the project because it takes a lot to do it.
Right.
I mean, years, and a consistency is what we've been lacking.
Do you still believe that conspiracy theory you're working on that we landed on the moon? You still going with that?
No.
Thank God.
So now here's the deal. It's worse than that. My father worked on the moon program.
Oh, he did.
Oh, yeah.
So he lied to you too.
No, in fact, in our family, that's the one thing you didn't do.
Is that right? That's great. Would your dad get really pissed if anyone said that?
Just like Buzz Aldrin, and knocked the guy.
Yeah.
And I was right with him on that.
Yeah, that is great. All right, when we come back, I want to also ask you why it's so difficult for us to go back to the moon.
Sure.
Because let me rephrase that. Why it's so difficult for us to go to the moon.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe we've ever been.
Okay.
Even though your dad was a good man,
yeah.
I think he also BS'd you and me. And I don't say that lightly. I think he had to because the government made him do that.
I see.
Okay. All right, Dr. Krupp's with us. He is the king. He is the king of the observatory, the director of the Griffith Observatory. So if you're ever up there, you're up there 7 days a week?
It seems like it.
Yeah. 5 days a week, huh?
For sure.
Monday through Friday?
Usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
But look him up. He's a great guy, and he's here in studio for the very first time. That's really cool.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
We're here with Dr. Krupp. He is the director of the Griffith Observatory. And you guys were shut down for COVID for quite some time.
Yeah, at least 2 years.
Wow.
And we were just about to premiere a new planetarium show, and then it got delayed, forever.
Right. Did you eventually?
It all came out, but there was a long time when the place was completely shut down. You couldn't get close to the building, nothing.
You said something fascinating to me, to the whole audience, but I remember this, and because we've changed time slots, there might be some people listening now that didn't hear it, and if the ratings were right, there's a lot of people that didn't hear it. But you said if you were in space and a meteorite came past you, and it's 3 miles long and it's going 90,000 miles an hour and it passed 4 inches in front of your nose, you wouldn't hear it and you wouldn't feel it.
That is exactly correct.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's space for you. Yeah, it is crazy.
There's no wind behind it. There's nothing.
No.
That is unreal.
Yeah, the real meaning of blindsided right there.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
And in that category, not so much being in space, but we just got hit twice by a couple of hefty meteorites,
right?
Texas and Ohio. Those are pretty big
And
deal.
there's another one on its way that's supposed to hit the next couple of days. Will that wipe us out? How big does it have to be to wipe us out?
It probably has got to be the size of a mountain.
Okay. All right.
But even that's small compared to the Earth.
Yeah, right, exactly. All right, I got another question. I had to write them down. I write these questions down at night when I think of them. I don't want to text you because I don't want to wake you up. Here's one. Do you think we are the most evolved planet in the world? I mean, in the universe.
It's possible.
Yeah.
But universe is a little bit much, so let's try the Milky Way galaxy.
Okay, all right. We're the most evolved in the Milky Way.
People sort of think because all those planets are out there that there must be all kinds of life, and there probably is. But that doesn't mean there's all kinds of intelligent life. It takes a long time to get the big brain, and they're not always around at the same time. There could have been a civilization somewhere else, and it's long gone.
Right. Do scientists agree about the timing of the big boom of when the universe started?
Pretty well now. The length of time, 13.7 billion years, is now known with a pretty fine precision. And that's in a way we talk about a little wrong. It's really the beginning of when things started behaving the way we see them now, which was in a sort of an explosive, expanded activity. But you can't talk about what was before, if anything. Right. So that becomes just like an academic thing. Who knows?
Is it possible that the entire universe is a speck of dust in somebody's garage somewhere? That's how much larger it is.
So I remember a movie in which there was a line that says, "It's possible,
right,
but possible don't make it so."
Right, okay. I got another question for you. Dr. Krupp's here from the Griffith Observatory. What would weather look like? Now, the reason we have winter and summer is the Earth is on an axis.
Exactly right.
And it changes. What if the Earth was perfectly perpendicular where it didn't have the axis? Would it be the same weather 365 days a year?
Pretty close. There could be little effects that we don't even think about that would cause things to happen in the atmosphere that might be a little different. And that would take a really fancy meteorologist to sort of start thinking about it. But for all practical purposes, exactly what you said is true. It would normally remain exactly the same. Now, keep in mind, there is one little effect, and that is that the Earth isn't always at the same distance from the sun. And maybe,
that's right, okay.
And the difference isn't big, but you might imagine in the situation you described that sometimes being a little closer, sometimes being a little farther, that could introduce small changes.
Right. Now, when we watch the sunset, we're not actually seeing the sunset. The sun set 8 minutes ago.
Yeah, people come to the observatory, and we don't tell them that because they think we're cheating them. Okay. But it's actually right.
Right, okay. So it takes 8 minutes for that light to get here.
It does, yeah.
At the speed of light.
At the speed of light. So that sun has long set, but it's worse than that because the atmosphere is bending the light from the sun as well. So it looks like the sun is still there, but it's also gone down.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
And what is, maybe you know the end, maybe nobody's ever experienced this, but what do they say? What do the astronauts tell you? And are they in agreement what space smells like?
I don't think that we have any kind of ability to talk about space outside, the vehicle. And there wouldn't necessarily be anything to smell because you got chemicals that have to do that.
Right.
They do speak of a distinctive odor in the International Space Station.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I do not remember what it is. It's sort of like something that's familiar and sort of out of place. But it is an odor that has been reported as most people sense it.
Somebody text me here that they say it smells like burning tires. Is that possible?
That's possible. Yeah.
Okay. And then another one here. We talked about light continuing forever, but if you're watching, let's say you look up and you see the North Star.
Yeah.
Is it true that, and again, within 30, 40, 50 years, or ballparking it, that the light you see from the North Star left that North Star a couple hundred years ago?
Even more than that.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's almost 500 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
So the light that we see with our naked eyes left with the naked eye left there 500 years ago.
Yeah, roughly so. So you're looking into the past. It's sort of like the universe is sending us a million picture postcards, all sent at a different time.
Okay.
Every place has got a different message going out at a different moment.
If somebody a million light years away had a powerful enough telescope to look at Earth, would they, or 25 million light years away, and they're looking at a telescope at Earth, would they see dinosaurs?
25 million, they'd see like woolly mammoths and things like that.
Really?
It's a little too late for dinosaurs. You got to go back maybe 55 million years.
Okay, let's say it's 55 million. Would they see dinosaurs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
Well, it is actually, because if you think about our nearest extra galaxy neighbor, the Large Magellanic Cloud out there, and a lot of life maybe could be out there, but the fact is that if they look back at us, they'd be seeing us so far in the past, they wouldn't be able to see anything.
Wow. Are there stars that are not part of galaxies?
There probably are. You're sort of like little rogue stars, or they're wandering around. If they do exist, they've got to be extremely faint, and so it's not like they've really been detected. But theoretically, it makes sense that there's sort of debris floating around by itself out there.
All right, can you stay with us?
Yeah,
okay.
I'd be honored.
Right. When we come back, let's talk about the moon and going to the moon and why there's so many delays and why there's so many complications. I think you probably have a theory on it because your dad did work on that. Yeah. Yep. All right. Dr. Edwin Krupp is with us. He is the director of the Griffith Observatory. Edwin Krupp is probably has the most knowledge on space of anybody we've ever had on this show. And I've been doing it for 30 years, Doctor. That's a huge, huge compliment.
I appreciate the compliment, but I'm feeling sorry for you.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Before we get back to our beautiful guest, Dr. Krupp, we do have to tell everybody there is a massive, massive power outage out in Orange County. And Angel, I guess you've been all over this, huh?
That's right. I've been all over it.
1.5 million customers are out of power?
I'm not sure about 1 million.
Well, that's what it says here, Angel. Please, for God's sake.
Okay, yeah, sure. Well, I thought it was 2 million. Timmy.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Total customers affected 103,000. Total customers served. Oh, I see. 1.5 million. Okay, so it is 103,000 customers out. And your mom's affected by this?
Yeah, my mom. She's just sitting there in the dark right now.
Oh no!
I know. I know, but it's a pretty massive area. It's like along the 5 freeway from La Paz Road in Mission Viejo down to Crown Valley Parkway, along the 73 from the 5 to La Paz Road, and then as far inland as Coto de Casa, Ladera Ranch, that whole area, Laguna Hills as well, that's tucked in between the 73 and the 5, that whole area out. And SDG&E says that they hope to have everything back on by 10:30 tonight, and this is not a planned outage.
Oh my God! Do they know what it caused it?
Not yet. I keep checking in, but I haven't been able to see anything yet.
All right, but this is a massive. I mean, there are potentially hundreds of square miles that have been affected by this.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
I mean, you say on the north end, Laguna Hills, or the northwest end, Laguna Hills. But south, it goes all the way down to the 5 freeway, very close to San Juan Capistrano.
Yeah, just below the 73 split.
Okay.
So that north end of San Juan Capistrano, it goes as far north as La Paz Road, almost Alicia Parkway, right in that area in Mission Viejo. So like Mission Viejo High School.
Oh, wow.
What else is over there? There's a big Target there off of Alicia.
And this goes east of the 241 as well. There's still a lot of people east of the 241 that are out of power.
That's right, into Coto de Casa. Also south of Coto down to Ladera Ranch, and even like Rancho. It looks like some parts of Rancho Mission Viejo may be affected. The Estancia Sports Park, that area, that's out as well.
Yeah. All right, we're going to keep an eye on that. What did they say? Estimated time 8:30.
10:30.
10:30. Okay. All right. 10:30 p.m. That is unbelievable. All right. Thank you, Angel Martinez. Dr. Edwin Krupp is with us, the director of the Griffith Observatory. What's going on with getting back to the moon? Why is it taking so long and so much effort? Could it possibly be because we've never done it before?
Well, no. But what could be the case is we haven't done it for a long time.
Oh, okay.
And you almost have to reinvent a lot of what you've got to do. And of course, all of the technology has, in fact, changed extraordinarily. But the real reason I think there's been a long time is that we just haven't had the will. We haven't put the money where we sometimes have our imaginations going.
Right.
But we're about to launch.
Oh, good.
It should. The next flight is at least right now scheduled for April 1st. Not necessarily the best day to schedule a trip to the moon.
That's true.
But there it is.
That.
Yeah.
But it's going to go around the moon and come back.
It's just a test of the system. Carry 4 astronauts all around the moon. They'll just go swinging around and come on back. But it's the first time that we've been on the far side of the moon since the Apollo program. Yeah.
I also heard in reading about space that once we finally do go to Mars, that rocket's going to have to be refueled at some point halfway through. They're going to have a refueling rocket to refuel that rocket as it goes to Mars.
Yeah, and I don't know how that's actually going to happen. We don't have that technology built into it. We take advantage of the gravity in the solar system and the kind of fuels that we now have to make the trip. But getting back is no simple trick because you got to carry all that fuel with you unless you're going to just stay there.
What is the satellite that left in the 70s that is still going? There's
there's 2. Yeah,
there's sister satellites.
Yeah, well, one is the Pioneer 10,
right.
And that one a little bit farther than the Voyager 2 spacecraft.
Oh, Voyager. Okay,
yeah, and Voyager is they're both out of the solar system. They're something like now maybe pushing 130 astronomical units. That's our distance from the sun. So it's about maybe 130 times our distance from the sun.
Wow.
Is where they're out. So they're in interstellar space now.
So they're interstellar space, but they're still in the Milky Way. They're still in the galaxy.
Yeah, they're absolutely, and they'll never get out of the Milky Way galaxy. We won't let them.
It's just too far. Are we in still contact with either one of them?
I think that we are now out of luck with that. Both of them, if I'm remembering rightly, that we no longer even have any telemetering contact with them.
Right.
So we just know where they are. Yeah.
Dr. Krupp is with us. The meteors, the 2 we saw recently in, I think one was near Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
How big were those rocks before they entered our atmosphere?
It's estimated that they're roughly, the one in Ohio, maybe 7 tons. And you have to.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, and you have to, especially if it all fell in one place at one time.
Right.
And maybe about 6-7 feet long, say a few feet high. So yeah, like a small car.
Right.
Something like that.
But why didn't they warn us about that? Aren't they keeping an eye on all of these?
The smaller ones are way harder.
Oh, okay.
And so you sometimes are able to pick them up, but they're sneaking in. And see, those small ones, they're worth worrying about, but not too much, because the chances of anybody getting hit or doing any real damage are really still rare. That thing fragmented in the atmosphere. And so, a house gets hit by a small rock, and that makes the homeowner kind of wealthy.
That's right, yeah. Dr. Krupp, I can't believe you came in. I really appreciate it. We're going to come back and talk more about the power outage. Please come by again.
I would be delighted.
We would love to have you. You're one of the best guests we've ever had on the show. We always learn something when you're here. Some guests we never learn anything from. So
I am delighted, and I always get to be entertained whether I'm here or listening to you at home.
Oh, you're a very sweet man, and we share a friend in common who recently passed away, Patty Casado, and she spoke very highly of you.
She was a delight, and we missed her.
She was the best, yeah. All right, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Okay, we're live. We'll come back and talk about the power outage in Orange County. It's huge. There are tons of customers without any power right now. Total customers affected, and I just refreshed it. Let me refresh again to give you an idea of how big this power outage is out. Power outage. 43,548 customers. 43,000 offices or homes or businesses or condos or apartments are without power right now.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Time for Dodger baseball. Yep, at Dodger Stadium, the Dodgers are going to take on the Arizona Diamondbacks tomorrow. That's going to be ring day. You'll see the Dodgers get their World Series rings. I think it's a 7:10 start. Listen to the game in HD on the free iHeartRadio app now at Verizon. You can lock in your price for 3 years, your low price. Low. For 3 years. So you can save big. Visit your SoCal Verizon store tonight or today. So that's great. Go Dodgers. They won their home opener, and tomorrow they get their rings. That'd be a big deal. Hopefully the people in Orange County will be able to see them get their rings because there is a power outage going on in Orange County. Angel, any update from your mom? Is it over? Is it still going on? Oh, she left, right?
It's gone, yeah.
Oh, she split. All right. I get that. Right. People are, we got lives going on. I get that. But there's been a significant decrease in the amount of people who are out of power. It was 103,000 customers in Orange County, and Orange County, they do it right. When there's an emergency, these men and women step in and they make that better quickly. So it was 103,512 customers about 10 minutes ago. It's now 77. 77 businesses or homes, total customers, are now powerless. So that is a great job by SDGE. They've got the power back to almost everybody, with the exception of the 77 homes. I guess if you're in one of these 77 homes, it sucks. But that is a huge improvement. So that's why you live in Orange County, If it was L.A. County, it'd be 4 months, and it'd still be out. But it looks like they've got this thing well under control. So congratulations to all the men and women working on those lines and working on the computers to try to get these people back to electrify these people. All right, a shark sighting. I know a lot of people are excited about getting back into the water. We got beautiful weather, but we got to tell you, you got to be aware that there are sharks out there, and this one is West Newport Beach. This is where the Richies live, and the Richies don't like shark unless they're at a sushi joint, and then they'll order it. But they don't even like it at a sushi joint. They just hate sharks. Richies. So let's find out what's going on with these sharks.
Portion of water off West Newport Beach is cleared this afternoon after a shark was spotted circling a surfer. Newport Beach firefighters confirmed this happened around 1:15 this afternoon off 35th Street. The shark is described as an 8-foot great white.
Wow.
The water is
8-foot great white shark in Newport.
The shark is described as an 8-foot great white. The water has been cleared 1 mile east and west of the last known location, and lifeguards will monitor the waters. The public is asked to avoid the water in the area until an all clear is issued.
There you go. All right, there you go. An 8-footer in West Newport Beach. So that's a huge deal. And, there's a lot of parents, warning their kids, please don't go surfing or, boogie boarding or whatever kids do nowadays, paddle boarding in that area. If there's an 8-foot great white shark there, I like how they say, well, we're going to give it a couple hours for it to move on. Well, what if it doesn't move on? What if it likes Newport? Newport's a very wealthy area, and those sharks can live down there for free. You can't, but the sharks can. So it's a perfect hang for them. Why would they leave? Why would they take off? All right, we've got a death here, which is horrible. Seals and Croft. Dash Croft passes away at 87 years old. 87.
Passing to note tonight, Dash Crofts, the last member of the 70s rock duo Seals and Crofts, has died. Makes me feel fine. Best known for hits like Summer Breeze and Diamond Girl, known for their colorful harmonies, of course. Dash Crofts was 87. Passing to note tonight.
That's horrible. That's not, well, 87's a nice long life, but what a great song. Summer Breeze, right? Isn't that a perfect Southern California song? Makes me feel fine. Let me back it up here.
Crofts has died.
Makes me feel fine. Love and
Best known for hits like Summer Breeze and Diamond Girl, known for their colorful harmonies, of course. Dash Crofts was 87. Passing to note tonight, Dash Crofts, the last member of the...
Sorry, I tried to shut the computer off. 87 years old. So that's a nice run. All right, let's get the Dodgers score here. If you record the game, you got 5 seconds to turn the radio down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Dodgers were down 2-0. The Diamondbacks scored 2 runs in the top of the 4th inning, and then they didn't score again. The Dodgers did. The Dodgers went on to score 8 runs. They laid 8 runs on this crew. 4 in the bottom of the 5th and 4 in the bottom of the 7th to win 8-2. What does that mean? If you're a Dodger fan or a baseball fan, that means the magic number for the Dodgers to win the division is 161. A combination of wins and losses. Right now, the magic number is 161. So hopefully they get there. The Dodgers are going to have a sensational year. And I can't tell you how many people in L.A. are major Dodger fans. Major. I'm watching this thing on Channel 4 right now. Dodger fans celebrate opening day win. Even opening day, they flooded the souvenir store at Dodger Stadium and buying up everything. All the merch. I'm sorry. All the merchandise. I don't like when people over 30 say merch, and I'm way over 30.
Are Dodgers fans as fun to get drunk with as Cubs fans?
No, not at all. No, Cubs fans rule in that department.
Okay.
Dodger fans, I don't even think Dodger fans drink.
What?
They eat, they're vegans and vegetarians. They'll have a faux dog. Yeah, and they'll share a beer between like 9 people. Yeah, not as fun as Chicago. All right, when we come back, we're going to play some Tip Tap Talk Back time. So here's how you get your talk back in. Go to the iHeart app, go to the Conway Show, hit the red button with the white microphone, leave us a 15, 30-second recording, and we might play it right here on KFI AM 640.
This is KFI.
This has been the Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. To hear us live, join us on KFI AM 640, weeknights 6 to 10 p.m., Monday through Friday. Ding dong with this app.